Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm Sean from Urban Tactical Survival. Coming to you this morning, I wanted to do a quick loadout of some of the equipment I'm going to take with me on a overnight stealth camping trip. This is a trip that I have been planning and wanting to do for a while now, and due to some job restraints and some of the weather that we've been having here in the eastern hemisphere of the United States, preferably Indianapolis, Indiana, we've had a lot of rain, and it has prevented me from getting out like I wanted to. And of course, with the job restraints, just working too many hours. So today is seems to be a good day. I'm planned, and I'm going to get out, and I'm going to do this trip today. It's about 4:30 in the morning, and I'm just laid out some of the things that I'm working with and plan on taking with me. What you don't see here is my sleep system and the actual food items that I plan on taking with me. My sleep system is going to be my MSS sleep system. Of course, all of you guys who have seen those sleep systems know that it's a modular sleep system and has two bags, sleeping bags, that one goes into the other, and then the two goes into a bivy sack. Well, since I'm working and going to take a tent, a one-man bivy tent with me, I won't need the MSS sleeping bivy to go with me, and I don't need the very heavy cold weather sleeping bag, which is part of that system. I'm going to take the medium bag with me because the temperatures here in the late fall has not dipped down into the cold temps yet, so it's fairly warm, cool at night, but very, very warm still during the day. So I don't want to take something heavy and start sweating during the night with a heavy bag. The temperature just does not call for that. So the pieces of equipment you see here are the limited pieces of equipment that I'm going to take for an overnight trip. There's very lightweight, and these are personal preference items. What you see here are items that I personally feel very comfortable and I have worked with, and they work well for me. And these are things that you viewing this this video with me, you do not have to carry these. I'm not saying that these are items that you have to carry, that you have to have. Camping and woodcraft and bushcraft and hiking, those are all personal preference things when you go into the camping equipment that you might carry. It's a personal preference thing. So what works for me may not work for you. That's why it's a personal preference thing. You see something here that you might like, and you think it might work for you. You're more than welcome to go out and get it. I'm not saying by no means that what you see here is what you have to have. Not at all. So these are things that I feel comfortable with. So to start out with, I'll start out with the backpack. This is the McCall 45 by Vanquish. This is one of their newer models that they've brought out this year for SHOT Show 2018. And this is an excellent backpack. It's the largest backpack that they have on the market. And I fell in love with it when I seen it and had to have it. And I'm glad I did get it, because I've had this backpack on 3 other camping, hiking trips. And I've carried close to 40 pounds of equipment in this backpack, and it did not feel like 40 pounds on my back. The suspension system and the straps on this are very well made. They're very thick padded. The lumbar is very thick padded. The waist belt, you have a very thick padding, about 1 inch thick and padding here, and this channel right here just channels away heat, and that might accumulate on your back while carrying this backpack. It's weighs about 3 pounds empty, and it's very rugged, and it's a very, very good backpack. I'm glad I picked that up when I saw it. Again, that's the McCool 45 from Vanquish. Now, as far as cutting blades is concerned, if I had anything to cut while I'm out there in the field, I use my Baco Laplander. This is a good saw, very compact, lightweight saw. I've been using this saw for several years now, and I've cut limbs and tree limbs and trees down 5 inches in diameter with this saw, and it cut right through it, those trees like it was butter. It's a very good saw. I do have replacement blades that you can get, so if that's something you want to do, you can do that. But this is a very lightweight, very durable, and very, very reliable saw to have in your equipment. Next would be my Bushcraft Blade. This is the PKS Mountain Lion. This is a blade from the Pathfinder school guys, PKS Pathfinder knife shop. Those guys down there are putting out some excellent blades. I mean, these are blades that are designed to be used, not put up on a shelf and be admired as a token. But this is an excellent bushcraft blade. It is a 5 3/4 inch overall length on the blade. It's a 1090 high carbon stainless steel blade. It has a 90-degree spine on it for striking ferro rods. Scandi grind on the blade. Micarta handles. And this little choll area right here just fits. This blade in my hand, it fits. It feels as if this blade was made for my hand. It's a nice, very hefty, heavy blade, and very, very excellent blade. So if anybody's in the market for a good bushcraft blade, I'm recommending the Mountain Lion from PKS. The sheath is a very simple leather sheath with a nice thick wide belt loop on it. I plan on upgrading this to put a D-ring on it with another little strap, so I'll make it a dangler. But overall, this is a very good piece of equipment. I guarantee getting one of these blades from the PKS knife shop, you will be very pleased with it. Very, very pleased. Next is my Schrade axe. This also I have taken out in the field, and I have cut limbs and trees down 5 inches in diameter. This is the SCA-XE2 axe from Schrade. It is a very, very lightweight, very compact axe. The head, I believe, may weigh a 1 pound head. In the handle, it does have a ferrocerium rod. This is their survival axe, so that's why you're having this ferrocerium rod in the handle here, and it pushes down in there, and it sits very well. I mean, that is not coming out of there no matter how much banging you do with this blade, with this axe. It is not coming out. But overall, it has a pommel on the back for hammering, and any hammering jobs you might have, hammering stakes down into the ground, or just crushing rocks or anything that you may need to hammer. The sheath is a plastic sheath. It's not the greatest in the world. It would be nice to have a leather sheath to go over this, a mask, but for the task at hand and protecting the blade, this mask works very fine, very, very well. Snap closure on it, and it's not coming off, and it's doing the job. It's protecting the blade. It's not sewn, it's rivets here, so it's doing the job. Next is a headlamp I have. This is a black diamond headlamp. I say this is not the best on the market. It's not the brightest, but I've had this headlamp for several years, and it is worked very well for me with some brand new batteries in here. This lights up very good. By Black Diamond, it's you know, your basic headlamp. It's a very good headlamp, and I'm very pleased with it. So I don't see any need to do anything else replacing it. Still works, and it does the job that I needed to do. So then I have my first aid kit, which is a basic first aid kit. I mean, you've seen one first aid kit, you've seen them all. They basically all have the same components in it. This one has a flap that opens up. I have some quick grab items here, eye wash and some antibiotic ointment, tweezers, a small knife, and, you know, things of that nature. The pouch opens up to reveal the other components on the inside here. Bandages and gauzes and things of that nature, all within on the inside of the pouch. This is a MOLLE compatible, so you can strap this onto the backpack on the outside if I choose to, but I usually put this on the inside so I don't guarantee not to lose it. My fire kit is pretty much a basic fire kit. You've seen one, you've seen them all. It pretty much has got basically all the same items. I got some char cloth and a Altoids tin here. I got some tinder in another pouch here. Fire pucks from the Pathfinder school. Some wet tinder packs right here. This is excellent in the wet weather if you're trying to get something wet. I also have some fire tinder here, some cotton tinder here. With my fire kits, I have redundancies, so there are more than one way of making fire. This is the blast match. It's a very good piece of equipment in getting a fire started. This is a good one-hand operation ferrocerium rod fire starting tool. That if you had one arm that got injured, but you know, it can happen in the scenarios being out in the woods. You could still get a fire lit by just pressing down on the striker and pushing down on the plunger. And say this is where my hand was a rock, and you know, and I was injured. You take it and you press down on the plunger, and it would strike just like a regular ferrocerium rod, and you can get a fire lit. And you do this one-handed. This is a one-handed operation piece of equipment here. Of course, I have a waterproof capsule here with waterproof matches in it. I got me some fat wood to help speed up a fire if I need it. Fat wood, you know, is a good fire tinder to get fires going. I have my Luxada wood burning stove that I've modified with a grill. The stove itself did not come with a grill, so I've modified it to made a grill top to put on top of it, so I can cook steaks, chicken, fish, bacon, whatever it is that I need to lay flat and grill. I can do that with this grill. It's a one-stop cooking grill now. You can also use an alcohol stove in here. I have used the Pathfinder alcohol stove and with this wood burning stove here, and it worked just fine. So as far as the the tent is concerned, I have the Snug Pack Ionosphere, which is a very lightweight one-man tent. It's one man, but you and your significant other, your wife or your girlfriend, could get inside this and be comfortable. I don't see and would never see two men getting in this tent. This is strictly a one-man tent. So that's my choice of tents. And then my sleeping pad is the Ecotech outdoor sleeping pad, which gives very lightweight and gives me about 1.5 inches of cushion on the camp floor. I have a camouflage, I think this is an 8x10 tarp. So if a tarp is another option for shelter, if I should choose so, I could use that, or just put it down as a ground tarp, ground sheet for the tent. Cooking, I have a nice little skillet here, a non-stick coated skillet with a camp handle, removable, grabbable camp handle that you grab on and you can pick up and cook with, and on your fire and pick it up off the fire. Very good piece of equipment here. These two pieces go together. My coffee, I don't believe in coffee presses. I use pretty much the same type of system you do at home. You know, I put my coffee in the filter here and I run the hot water over it, and or I can set the coffee in the filter down in my water and let that boil, and then reserving all the coffee filter within the coffee grinds within the filter, and they don't get into my coffee, and I'm not drinking coffee with coffee grinds. This is a great piece of equipment. This, I believe, is the MSR. Let me see. Can't remember what this was. This is it was made in Germany. I think this is the, what is it? I can't remember what they call this, but it's a great little coffee filter. You can also put tea in here and use it cooking tea. And then I have my containers here, sugar, the coffee of my choice, and that goes in there with me as well. I have here also some emergency drinking water packs. So if I get in a pinch and I need some water, I have the emergency drinking water here I could use. Also have purifying tablets, the portable aqua tablets, and I have iodine tincture to purify water. I also do carry my MSR water filter. This is a great filter. It's designed for you to stick and drink right from the water source. You just stick your nozzle down in the water and you pump it. You just pump it here and it pumps, and you can drink right from the cap right here. Or you could use this and fill up your Nalgene bottle and take back to your campsite. But this is a great little filter. Very compact, pocket size. It's an excellent filter to take with you, keep in your pocket, go everywhere with you. I have my Stanley cookpot system. Still early in the morning, so some of the words may be just rolling right off my lips here. So forgive me. I haven't had all the coffee I needed this morning yet. So my Stanley cookpot system, it's a great system. It has 2 coffee cups in it, and pot is just excellent. Has graduation marks on the side, so you can tell exactly how much water you got in there or whatever you're putting in here. You can get a good readout from the inside and outside of how much you got in there. Then, of course, you know, the Pathfinder water bottle system. It has its own water bottle in here. It has its own alcohol burner, which I will be using with the Luxada wood burning grill. My cooking, my other cooking and eating utensils are on the inside. The fuel bottle, there's enough fuel in that bottle to last me 2 days of cooking. So, and of course, bugs. I hate mosquitoes and bugs that are going to bite and make my day out in the woods a miserable one. So I will be spraying myself down with some DEET. This is a 40% DEET, so this is going to do the job. Keep those pesky critters off your back. Some Angel Soft hand wipes for cleaning, some cotton Q-tips, and of course some 550 paracord for all those emergency lash downs if you need be. But as you can see, boring that you don't see the actual food items I would be taking, and you don't see the sleep system, my sleeping bag. These are all the items that I'll be taking inside of this backpack. And the total weight on this with food and the sleep system be about 25, 30 pounds. So that's a very light backpack compared to 40 or 45 pounds of equipment that I might carry with me. But overall, this is a very lightweight one-day trip. As I've said in the past, it's not so much your equipment that you need to concentrate your efforts on. It's your skill level. Your skill level will give you the knowledge and the know-how to tackle all types of scenarios or situations that you might encounter out in the bush. Your tools are very important in helping you get that done, but your skill levels is what's going to really carry you over and tip you right over, push you right over the edge, and making your stay out in the wooded areas a very memorable and enjoyable one. The three most important pieces of equipment I believe that you should not go out without are a shelter, your fire kit or means to make a fire, and a good bushcraft blade. A good bushcraft blade is a very invaluable piece of equipment. And as I said, I've chosen the Mountain Lion from PKS. This is a blade that I can baton if I had to. It has the potential to do that. I can baton in 2 to 3 4-inch in diameter pieces of wood, baton through it and make fire, wood for fire. Use it for all kinds of cutting tasks in the campsite. But those 3 pieces of equipment, I believe, are most important pieces of equipment you could have on you, barring your skill level when you go out. So concentrate on your skills. Get out and practice and work with these items out in the field and build your skill level up, because that's paramount. Barring that you don't have any equipment, your skill level will get you over. So this is part 1 of the bushcraft, the stealth camp trip that I plan on. I will bring you part 2, the campsite and setup, at another video of the stealth campsite. And until then, this is Sean from Urban Tactical Survival, thanking you for joining me this morning at 4:30, close to 5 o'clock in the morning, to do a loadout review of all the equipment I plan on taking with me. Remember, please hit like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. If you see anything here that you like and you want me to do a closer review and view on, please leave your comments and I will get back to them and hit you back with those reviews. But in the meantime, until the part 2 of the stealth camping trip, remember to always check your 6 and get out and enjoy the woods. Take care.